What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in.
If I didn't know any better, I would say the Clippers are trying to make Robert Covington into their small ball center. And, Ty Lue spoke on the fact that he expects his team to play small ball pretty much predominantly throughout the season. And that's the way they're pretty much going to play it, simply because that's how the NBA is ran now and how it's played. And he wants to explore that with this team. And I will say, the Clippers definitely have, a good enough team to, play small ball because they got so many good pieces and so many lethal pieces, and they all fit in the way Ty Lue wants to run this operation. And I think that, if Robert Covington is going to play the center position at times with a small ball lineup, I think that could work out for the Clippers because he can guard very well at the center position because he's got a lot of length and his wingspan is pretty long, and he is a pretty strong guy too, even though he doesn't look that strong. He was kind of skinny, but he is a pretty strong guy as well. So I think that could work well for the Clippers. I just think that, overall, when it comes to the playoffs, you're going to need a real big man in there, and Zubac is good if he stays healthy, and Moses Brown, if he lives up to what they think he can be, what they need of him, then they got a good backup center. But I still think one more piece in the center position is still needed, just in case, you want to have the most depth in that area, because big men are the ones that seem to injure themselves, as well a lot, because it just happens, and injuries happen to a big man. Sometimes they're out a lot longer than somebody a little bit smaller. Seems like big men, when they get injured, their injuries linger and last a long period of time sometimes. So having that depth in the center position never hurts a team at all if they choose to do that, especially not the Clippers. So my thing is, with the Clippers, make sure you have all the pieces and all your ducks in a row, because if you're going to play small ball all throughout the season, you have to understand what comes with that. There's teams who do the opposite. There's teams who will not only do the opposite and play, big man basketball, but it'll throw a monkey wrench into your plans, because there might be times where the Clippers' jump shot might not be falling. We seen that happen to them about a year ago or so, when all of them were playing, and down the stretch of games, they would fade away 4 or 5 minutes to go in the game sometime because their jump shot stopped falling and a lid was on the rim for them to score, keep them from scoring. So when you play that small ball, you have to make sure that jump shot is falling in, because if it's not, then you're going to find yourself in a predicament where you might be, forcing shots and putting up shots and not taking high quality shots, because you're trying to find a way to come back in the game with a quick fix by knocking down the threes, but the three isn't falling. So sometimes when you have that big man in the paint and go away from the small ball, it kind of helps with that, because you got a rebounder in there where you can get more second chance points. You got somebody in there who can, finesse around the rim, get easy putbacks. And I'm not saying Robert Covington can't do those things, but Zubac would be better at doing those things than Robert Covington, because Covington really doesn't play the center position, even though he can play it, but he's a 4/5. He's not a 5 only. So that's not his dominant position, a 5 position. His dominant position is really power forward. So, the fact they're going to have him playing center, think about those extra rebounds that he might not get, or, at times where you need somebody stronger in there. Zubac is more bigger than, Robert Covington. He's a little bit more physical at times than Robert Covington, just in regards to getting rebounds, being there in those type of situations. Those are the situations that you have to think about when you're, going in small ball, because you're having somebody play as a center who really doesn't play center. So the little things that come with being a center Robert Covington doesn't thrive in. Like I said, there's spacing, there's boxing out very well. Those things lead to having or getting extra rebounds, extra possessions. Zubac knows how to do them things because he's an actual big man. He's an actual center. That's the reason why I said the Clippers need to get another actual center there as well, because it will round out their gameplay. Because when they decide to play small ball, they can do it for 3/4 of the game, and then in the fourth quarter they can switch up and just play big man basketball and make the game more half court, because they'll thrive in that too, because they got Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard's good at isolation, so is Paul George. So they have guys where they can isolate the basketball themselves and have a big man and play half court basketball. They can do that too. So this is my point. The fact that they have that versatility, you want to have a little bit more depth in the center position so that versatility can last a long time, throughout the season and going into the playoffs if you have to use one of your backup centers. So to me, as I said, it's not a bad idea to, use Robert Covington in the, small ball situation as your center, because he can play that. He can do that. And, they have a few guys who can guard position 1 through 5. Kawhi can do it. PG can do it. Nicholas Batum can do it. And now Robert Covington can do it. So, they can even throw Nicholas Batum in the center position at times, depending on, who they're playing and how much energy, Nicholas Batum has, because he is getting older. So, I definitely don't mind seeing the small ball, because that's where the NBA has went to throughout the last couple of years. And I think the Clippers will definitely have one of the best small ball teams, if not the best, in the league probably. So, I definitely think it'll work for them. I just think that they want to have both sides covered just in case. To me, you want to have everything covered just in case somebody throws something at you different. You already be prepared for it. You already, foresee it. You already understand it, and you already have a counteract for it. And that's all. To me, that's all I think. I think the Clippers should focus on having a counteract for every situation that can come their way, so they could be the best team they could be going into this season. They could be the best team they need to be, going into the season, trying to win a championship, I should say. So let's see what adjustments they make. Let's see how good the small ball works for them, and let's see what other adjustments they make in the season if they find any issues with the small ball, or if they find themselves, in a 1 or 2 game losing streak or something like that. Let's see what adjustments they make in regards to the small ball that allow them to be a better team going forward. But that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.